Lose weight regimen. In Western countries, dieting is a fad and is now becoming a daily routine for everyone. What is in dieting that everyone is falling for? Most people are more conscious of losing weight nowadays. In the study done by Mintel, 1 in 4 adults are said to be active in practicing diet and in losing weight in the United Kingdom alone. Mintel is a London-based research firm which started the study of diet trends in United Kingdom. The study reveals that about 13 million people in the United Kingdom are trying on different popular diets. These findings are enough to say that dieting or losing weight is now one of the most important activities people in this country are busy about. There must be something in dieting that attracts millions of followers in this generation. Chapter 1: Why do people diet? There are so many reasons why people go on diet. They have different answers depending on what they believe motivates them. You can ask your friends or your colleagues if they are on a specific diet. Most of them may have started on diet long ago or have just started. Then you can ask why they go through this process. Chances are, you will hear a lot of reasons and unique ways to have successful dieting. For most people who have been dieting, one major reason is to look better. Probably, they want to look good because it is being required by their job. Some actors and actresses are paid to act on screen, and they are required to look their best. Models on runways are expected to be thinner. Getting thinner, however, is difficult and poses a challenge to some because it involves changing the lifestyle and food habits. Some people go through with difficult ways and means to get thin. Some people also go for healthy options like exercise and eat more vegetables to achieve better build. For others, they just want to satisfy themselves and they experience fulfillment when they get the weight they want. Facts about dieting and food choices. Other people have misconceptions about diet. Some think that it can be unhealthy and has bad effects to a person's general wellness. Let us square away some information about diet. Diet can be healthy when proper utilization of food and body requirements are met. For example, eating fewer calories than the normal daily body requirement poses threat to your health. You may not notice any difference on your weight on the initial week of dieting, but eventually, as the day passes, you will find that effects of dieting can be visible and can be felt. However, some people choose to eliminate the total fat from food they eat. One should remember that a little fat in food is all right, but eliminating total content of fat is bad. Our body needs a certain amount of fat that when metabolized is being utilized by the body to be used as energy. Exactly about 30% of fat in the diet is required by the body to use as energy. It is still considered as an important part of the diet, and it is recommended that no one should eat a completely non-fat diet. Chapter 2: What diet really means. We understand how diet has been helpful for many of us, and we hear a lot of stories of diet, whether it is successful or a failure. There are different types of diet and technique available. Before we go into details about diet and how it leads to successful results, we should completely understand what diet really means. It is a now popular term and sometimes broad, but we will simplify the definition of diet so it can be used efficiently and effectively. Defining diet will also help us identify what types of diet is suited for every individual. The definition of dieting from books to online researches is somewhat almost the same. It is a process of utilizing and consuming food in regulation and is planned to meet specific requirements of individual, including or excluding foods. Whether a person wants to lose weight or gain weight, dieting is a way to control a desired weight without compromising health. There are a lot of stories about dieting from many people who already tried such process. It is a completely different story for some people in sports who maintain a well-organized way of eating and exercising to fit the needs of sports they are in. Nowadays, there are a lot of available products or books about dieting. A lot of people might be overwhelmed with a lot of choices available about dieting in the market. Specific programs or types of diet are designed to meet the requirement of each individual. There are a lot of dieting programs and trends available, but they can be categorized into only 3. These are the low-fat diet, the low-carbohydrate diet, the low-calorie. Low-fat diet is a diet that is generally low in fat and is intended to help lower cholesterol in the blood. Since our body needs some good types of fats, this diet cannot completely be without fat. In this type of diet, the fat that is regulated refers to saturated fats, which are mainly found in meats, lard and dairy products. These fats are also known as trans fats. Limiting these kinds of fats is helpful in losing weight and in lowering the level of cholesterol in the blood. On the other hand, there are also good fats that our body needs. These fats mainly come from vegetables, nuts and fruits. They are called the unsaturated fats, which are divided into three groups: polyunsaturated fats, monounsaturated fats, and omega-3 fatty acids. These fats are less likely to increase cholesterol level and might even help prevent heart diseases. Understanding the kinds of fat you want to regulate is important, since your objective is to be a healthier person. Low-carbohydrate diet is a type of diet that limits the intake of carbohydrates such as bread, beans, milk, rice, potatoes, and pastas. This diet is known to reduce blood cholesterol. However, since carbohydrates are also essential to a person's health, it is recommended that you choose the best carbohydrate foods to eat and limit those that are less beneficial. Whole grains are best options. This diet really means choosing good carbohydrates, not no carbohydrates. Low-calorie diet is a diet that focuses on the calorie intake of the person. It limits the foods that contain most of the calories. Calories are not bad for your health. These are needed by the body for energy. However, if you eat too much of it and are not burning enough of them through certain activity, you might end up gaining weight. How to really lose weight? We have encountered a lot of different ways to get the weight we want and to have the body we want to achieve. In some instances, people would tend to follow the current trend of dieting. For example, when South Beach diet booms in 2000, many people have followed the diet plan, and eventually this diet has become popular to other countries. Some individuals also try to follow the diet plan of their favorite celebrities. When they see that these actors have successfully lost weight or have become more attractive after a certain diet, fans tend to follow and they become motivated to complete the diet plan. There are still several options on why people get motivated to go on diet. For some, joining weight loss groups are effective. These groups are also effective in keeping the individuals motivated and have good percentage of completing the program successfully. There are also people who choose to make daily diaries to be able to monitor their daily food intake and also to be able to monitor their weight. This type of a diet plan is known to be effective since the food is monitored and the person becomes conscious of what he or she eats on the next meal. The person who chooses to do this type of diet is readily aware of what should and not to eat and be able to monitor the calorie intake that has already been consumed. There are also known ways of effective diet. One is through the use of medications. This is mostly popular to those individuals who are up for easy and fast. The popularity of this kind of dieting is increasing as the sales of diet medications are evident. Many people believe that these medications really work. Though these medications are expensive, they are still patronized because they cut the time for losing weight and people do not have to stay on gyms or to starve themselves to lose weight. Some drugs are, however, being regulated for public's protection. Some medications are still in the market, though they have already been prohibited. It is recommended not to use the drugs not approved by FDA so to prevent the dangerous effects, even though manufacturers usually would say that their products are safe and effective. It is not really worth the risk. Also, one of the most popular ways of losing weight is the use of water. Sometimes our body triggers sensation when we are hungry or thirsty. Very often than not, when we experience dehydration, we interpret it as being hungry, and a person would eventually eat when he is actually thirsty. Drinking more water prevents overeating, since you may feel full when you drink water. Always observe your body when you are hungry and when you are actually just craving for fluid. Chapter 3: Questions and Frustrations on Diet. You may know some people who have started diet. It may be your friend or your neighbor who are usually not making the effort of dieting. Or you maybe know some people who have continued to eat the foods you avoid and have not ever gone to gym, but still maintained their weight and would still look better. Some people are having a hard time avoiding foods they want to eat or had stopped eating unhealthy foods, but still are not losing weight. This fact frustrates a lot of people. They ask themselves how the world has become so unfair to them. Other people, though, are enjoying the benefits of not having to do the effort of losing weight and not having to go through starving or exercise. Have you ever come to this point when you have to ask yourself why? If you are the person who usually sticks to the diet plan or has vigorously stayed in the gym for long hours and has no better results, do not totally blame yourself. And you are not alone. There are many people who have come to this frustration. You are not alone, I tell you. Here are some of the frustrations of some who have experienced failure to dieting. I started planning to lose weight when I was 26 years old. I had colleagues at work who have nice bodies, and they really carry themselves well. I was envious about the fact that we eat similarly the same foods every day, and yet my weight has not changed. I even started on a low-calorie diet, but I failed to lose my weight. I became more frustrated when I knew that my colleagues who have beautiful bodies are not even on a diet. Brad, New York. Every time I look at the mirror, I get disappointed since I have done a lot of means just to lose weight. I cannot even buy the clothes I like and I cannot eat the foods I really love eating. What is more frustrating is that I don't even see my friends do the same diet I go through and they still enjoy the food every day but still maintain the weight they have. Karen, Florida. I heard about the South Beach my friends have tried and they got better results. When it was my time to do the plan, I did not see the results right away, and when I saw the results, it was even not as better as what my friends have accomplished. I was so frustrated that I switched to a different diet I thought is much better than South Beach. I ended up having the same frustration. Genetically designed versus effort. We would ask ourselves why it is easy for a lot of people to maintain their desired weight and still be able to enjoy the foods others are avoiding. Some people just do not make any effort. Unfortunately, for some people, it is not as simple as licking an ice cream and nothing happens. Some people have to struggle, and that is always a question we want to find answers for. There are valid reasons for this scenario. Some people inherit what they call good genes. These people have faster metabolism compared to others. Even though they would eat a lot, their bodies can still metabolize foods they take in and maintain their weight. That is partly true. However, some researches show that metabolism is not the only reason for differences in metabolism of food. Study reveals only 50% of obesity is to be blamed with heredity. The remaining number lies on our habits. This means something important. It means that for most of us who were not gifted by good genes can actually do it as long as we have this determination. It also means that we need to change the way we view life and the way we go about it. We must change our ways of eating, our lifestyle, and must have a control over our weight. Sometimes, we are frustrated because we cannot stick to our original plans and we break the rule in the middle of what we already have started. I am going to admit that I am one of people who also have struggled to get fit, who have tried all different kinds of methods to get the weight I have longed and dreamed of. I am going to share the long journey and the secrets I have kept. I can still say that you should continue to eat the foods you love and still be able to maintain your weight. I will tell you in details why you should eat these foods to achieve the body you want. But before we proceed to the program, I want to share with you a bit of what happened to me before. I started on a diet a few years back. I challenged myself to make an effort of losing weight. My friends gave me a specific plan of dieting and I followed them. It took weeks and more weeks of not eating my favorite food. I usually love pizza and spaghetti. But during those times, I avoided those foods and I stick to my diet plan. You can just imagine the struggle I went through to be able to achieve my desired weight. I even have to stop eating my favorite fried chicken. I continued to pursue my program thinking it would make me look better and would give me more confidence. It gave me results that I want in exchange to those long months of avoiding or sacrificing what I love to eat most. Was it really worth the time? Did I really enjoy the process of getting the desired weight? Did I sacrifice more than what I got? Secrets to diet success. You might be interested of what really happened. It was about a month and a half, and it is this kind of diet plan I was into. I started to give myself a try to more of vegetables and fruits, and putting a leash to my urge for delicious, unhealthy choices of food. It was the right time to really lose weight, since I was to attend the wedding of my friend after 2 months. I would check every now and then how I was going, and checked my weight from time to time. During those weeks of struggle, I began to notice that my weight was not dropping. I told my friends that I certainly focused to my diet plan, and I prepared well to those weeks when I have to change my lifestyle. I should have seen a difference in my weight as far as sticking to the plan is concerned. But why did I fail? Why was my weight the same as when I started? What was wrong with my diet plan? Is it ineffective or was it something I did? I continued on to my program without the foods I love and eating more of the foods I never wanted to eat. Thereafter, my friend suggested that I go on a cardiovascular exercise. This was the time when I really at the peak of my struggle. I was nearly going to quit. My self-esteem was on its all-time low. My weight was still stagnant. I went ahead and attended the wedding of my friend. My weight was just the same as I was planning to lose 2 months before this wedding day. I realized I was standing near a table where all the delicious foods were laid. I was confident I will not participate in the food binging part of the occasion. But my friend insisted that I should go and sit with him and should have a plate of the foods they have prepared. I decided for a long time to eat the usual foods I eat. I got spaghetti on my plate, added a piece of meat, a steak, and salads. I really enjoyed that very moment. It was an awesome feeling to enjoy what you do. I did not even think of the consequences it would bring. The next day, it was same feeling of guilt like how other people would feel when they fail. I was pitiful and ashamed of myself since I did not accomplish the goal I originally was trying to achieve. This frustration is somewhat familiar to anyone who was trying to do the same I did and failed. This is a very common scenario of repetitive actions of dieters. I know that some people had experienced this kind of situation I went through. Who would be disappointed of not being able to achieve the desired results when you thought you have done everything there is to do? These results, of course, have some effects on your confidence and your mentality. If you are a person who has these experiences, remember that you are not alone. After at least a week of depression, I was ready to get back on track. I tried the diet plan once again thinking that it may have a different result this time. My friend who came over from another town wanted me to join him to have fun. He brought me some chicken that looked so delicious. So, I started to taste every bit of it and found out that I was actually eating everything my friend had brought me. And I was not able to stop myself. I know that you would understand the feeling of disappointment as I went through with this event. This, however, did not stop me of continuing my diet. I got back to my abstinence from those delicious foods and continued my cardiovascular exercise. This time, I was not expecting better results anymore since I broke my program and I was ready to face another fact that my weight, if not the same, would go up. When the time came for me to weigh my body once again, I was not really looking at the scale since I already had some expectations with the result. At first, I did not look closely, but when I noticed a different number, I put my eyes straight to the weighing scale. Then I saw that it was really a different number showing. I knew that I made some deviations with my original diet scheme, and I knew that it was not really so enough. At my surprise, I managed to lose weight. I lost at least 6 pounds. I looked again and it seemed correct. I stood there asking myself what had just happened. I even checked the size of my waistline to confirm my result. It actually validated the result. There should be an explanation to this scenario. What was going on? I knew there was something that was quite not right and I had to find out. I think you are for the revelation. What happened to me was actually out of my control. When this situation happened to you before, it was not your fault. Some people explained that when you started regulating the food that enters your body or when you start limiting yourself of calories, the body responds to fight back the possible weight loss. It means that your mind programs your body to counter the starvation. A person who is in the middle of a crisis and has nothing to eat for a day or two does not die. The body tends to fight starvation by allowing the enzymes to be in regulation so that a person will not die. The fat-burning enzyme slows down in production. That is why you do not really lose weight when you starve yourself. This is really one of the secrets of successful dieting. You will see and understand more of this concept when we go further. The secret is to convince yourself that you are actually not on a diet so your body will not activate the emergency mode to decrease burning fat enzymes. When you achieve this type of diet plan, you will eventually get the results. You can actually eat the foods you have deprived yourselves with and still lose weight. You need to do the trick and practice this always to get better results. As you practice, you can control your weight from time to time without even putting pressure to yourself. Read further as you are about to get the details of these secrets we are revealing little by little. Strategies will be presented so you can easily follow. The last thing we do is give suggestions that do not actually work at all. Below are the simple strategies on how to live on the secrets that are revealed. One must understand the idea that our body triggers the regulation of fat-burning enzymes a week after you made a restriction of your calorie intake. It is important that you know our bodies work so we can incorporate our steps better. It would mean that you need to plan on when to overfeed yourself and when you can cheat on diet. These two should go together and you can also use your favorite rich foods to make this plan effective. When you start doing this strategic plan, it would change your whole life dramatically. You can assure yourself that your efforts will really pay off in the end. When you start this unique plan, you can now forget the following situations you have experienced before. You do not have to be really anxious now since you know when and how to control your cravings and appetite. You will also experience a more positive motivation and less pressure as you free to eat the foods you love while you lose your weight. You can be excited to see the results as it is effective and still can enjoy dieting without feeling discouraged. The strategy we have presented and the secrets to losing weight are specially formulated so the person can solve issues with weight and health as well as looking good. It is time for you to have a more optimistic way of managing your weight, so be assured that you will eventually have the results as soon as you have grasped its unique strategy. You were maybe just a bystander who observes beautiful people pass by, but when you start this unique plan, you can now be one of them. You can walk the streets with confidence and you attract bystanders. Some people already have started these secrets to successful dieting and I receive positive responses. The following are emails from one of my clients. I worked in an industry of models and beauties. I see them every day, and they have their own stories of having beautiful bodies. Their usual way of losing weight is starving, and at least not enjoying the food they eat. They will get shocked when I told them that I still enjoy my own rich foods and still maintain my weight. Fortunately, I do not have to struggle on my way to being beautiful. Brian said that he was educated by the facts he learned online. He learned that our body has specific needs that we need to fully understand. He concluded that this is the only program which gave him freedom and a lot of options when it comes to choosing foods and enjoying them at the same time without feeling the pressure of gaining weight. If you are ready to look better and enjoy life, this one is for you. It is indeed a diet of fun and freedom. We may consider if you have second thoughts or if you may not be so convinced as of yet. We understand that people today are skeptical about the products. I received an email a few weeks back from a client who was so skeptical at first. I cannot believe what I just heard. Is this true? They say that this diet gives you more freedom when it comes to food choices, at the same time not having to worry about gaining weight, and even lose weight. At first, I was so hesitant to try on this program since it is a completely different from the diet I usually do, so it took me a week to really decide on whether I give it a try. Since my friends have decided to follow the program, I followed them and tried it since it will not harm me anyway. I started on putting my favorite rich foods on my plate without hesitation. Lastly, I asked myself if it would really work and if it is really worth the try. Katie, California. Katie did not fail when she started this program. She answered her question. She has proven to herself that she can really lose weight better than before with eating her choice of foods and did not even feel the pressure of doing it. She was very happy about the results, and she even told her other friends to try this unique program. This strategy has real success stories of good results compared to other diet plans that promises beautiful, but you end up gaining more weight and do the diet all over again. You have to say goodbye to the old-fashioned way of losing weight if you want to have better results and enjoy life at the same time. The results for other diet programs are even unfortunate. Some had bad muscle tone, loose skin, they looked unhealthy, and even decreased self-esteem is evident. Some diet plans do not really work at all. They are just fads. Comparing our program to traditional ways. Here are the lists of comparisons that might be helpful for everyone to better understand how this program works. While traditional methods show that metabolism is damaged because of reduction of calorie intake, this new strategy even sustains the normal process of metabolism, thus preventing abnormal reactions of body processes. Since metabolism is affected in old way of dieting, the moment you resume normal eating process, your original weight goes back. In the new program, when you lose the fat, it does not come back since the metabolism is protected and functions continuously in its normal pattern. In the new approach, muscle tissues are kept and only the fats are eradicated, while in traditional ways, muscles are broken down while you are on the process of dieting since there is decreased in metabolic rate. In the new approach, you are always free to enjoy the foods you love without compromising your weight, while old diet plan, you feel the pressure of avoiding those foods and you do not really enjoy the process. It also takes months before you see the progress of your work. In the old diet plan, you stick to the food choices required and breaking to the plan means that you gain weight, while in the new strategy, your intake of food is not actually measured, so no pressure. You still the freedom you always wanted. The old approach of diet will not give you consistent results since you are always measuring the food you eat. In the new diet plan, you learn to enjoy the process and give you consistent and better results. You get the chance to see the changes in your weight every week. You do not get discouraged on the way as you continue to lose weight while having the opportunity to eat the foods you love. You can really attest that the old ways of dieting give you frustrations. You get miserable as the days go by. You even look restless and prone to fatigue, while on the new approach, you get leaner, happier, and you see results. You will love the diet every day as you go on and get more excitement when you see the results. You all know the kind of descriptive and labels you can attach to your old-fashioned weight loss schemes. You can always say that these dieting schemes and fads are all frustrating and miserable. But here in this new form of dieting, of course you can say that these are exciting and enjoyable. In fact, you will love every day you spent on this dieting program. In the old dieting programs you will surely notice that natural hormone levels are always down, and you know what this means, right? The sex drive is down, and you feel mostly lethargic. But of course, this is not the case with this new way of losing weight. In this new way to lose weight, the natural hormone level is maintained, and as such there will be an increased energy and libido. And finally, most of the traditional dieting programs that are available online works against the body, Well, this new dieting program that we have here works with your body. So, are you going to choose the old-fashioned way of dieting or the new strategy we presented? I know you would choose the best option. You would choose the diet that has a lot more freedom for food and gives you more fun and excitement. You have seen the results of the new strategy and what it can do for you. It is all up to you what to choose and to discern the option that you think is beneficial to you and your body. You can either go through with the same story old dieting promises or find something wonderful in the new strategy. Again, there are a lot of good reasons why the old strategy has failed to give better results. We have researched on calorie measurement and how it really helps us understand better the way to manage the weight of a person. We again say that these fads have continually disappointed you in many ways, and now we are giving you directions on shifting to better results. We will also have to emphasize that may not need to eat your favorite foods the whole time during the diet plan. There must be a part of the diet plan wherein we also limit your caloric intake to stimulate fat loss. It is not always eating all the way. So we need to be proportionate with the food we take and the food we limit to make it work for us. A lot of benefits are found on this diet plan. You are given a lot of food options in the duration of the diet, from protein to carbohydrates and vegetables and fruits. It gives you the opportunity to eat the food choices you like and get the better weight you desire. You get to eat your pizza supreme or your beef steak and spaghetti. You can still eat your different sandwiches on the table. You also can consume different meat preparations and schedule the time for caloric limitations. What about your potato fries? Or maybe your fried chicken and burger? Yes, you can still eat them. You need to eat strategically for us to make sure that we still can get fat loss better. So how does it work? Research says that the secret for better control of weight is manipulation of calorie intake in the body. If you can do so, you increase the chance of proper metabolism and prevent your body to starve. This plan promises you of the best way to improve weight. This new approach, if followed properly, can help your body acquire an effective metabolism that gives way to proper utilization of food and proper utilization of energy. You can achieve this by varying the list of food you consume every day. Your menu should include different types of food to make it balanced. Chapter 4, Ways on Unlocking the Secrets. What is in it for you and me? Here are some tips you may want to take note of. This ebook will provide you with the raw information about fat, and will explain why fat consumption is also essential to lose weight faster. You will also realize that the absence of carbohydrates in your diet is not good after all. This compilation will guide on how to use fat in proper metabolism and how they go hand in hand with carbohydrates consumption. You will then identify the many ways to vary your choices in order to be of good use to really losing weight. As a result, you will increase your metabolism in order to lose weight faster but eat more. In this ebook, you will how to manage your meals and your time to consume food. You eventually will how to use the strategies in losing weight faster while enjoying physical activities available. You would be able to synchronize your diet and your activities. That gives a double time for weight loss. You can start processing your thoughts as early as now on how to use this ebook. This will give you satisfaction you deserve. When you decide on trying out this method we have presented, we can assure you that you will enjoy all the processes on losing weight and continually have fun. You can now start competing to your colleagues on staying slim and beautiful without having to feel guilty and pressure. You never know, he or she had been working on this unique diet all this time. He might not have wanted to share it to you since he considers this as his secret. But since you already knew this, why not start on your own, get the body you dreamed of? Here are some tips on getting the best body. Do not think of this as a diet. If you can remember, you gained back what you have lost in your previous diet plan. When you started to regulate the food you eat or restrict it, you gained the pounds you already lost. That was the process of the old diet, so do not follow its ways. It is always still a proportion of eating and fat loss. You can keep away from white bread. Studies shows that white bread are usually linked to obesity. You may want to keep away from those food choices. You may notice some people who are fond of eating white bread are usually overweight. Researchers are still on the process of identifying why this happens and getting valid evidence. While experts are not yet sure, you can keep away from it as there is no harm avoiding this food. You should need to trust your brain this time. Following your stomach may not be necessary. It is also common that we feel hungry and feed our stomach when we actually do not need to eat. You may to adjust your body patterns as to identify whether your body is really hungry or not. A lot of successful dieters do not mind to eat when they feel hungry. Sometimes we associate thirst and hunger. You can just drink water. Or it sounds like it is a temporary desire of your body to taste or eat food, but you are actually not hungry. You can take a walk or do something else to divert your attention to temporary desire of food. In many cases, it goes away without you noticing it. So when your true hunger comes, your body responds properly, and that is the right time to feed your body. You may also consider weighing yourself daily, as this would guide you in monitoring where you are at. This motivates you to continue getting better results. Sleeping is one important factor to consider in healthy results. Lack of sleep disturbs proper food metabolism and would eventually affect the way you control your weight. Getting enough sleep can easily help you making decisions. Drink plenty of water. Again, sometimes we associate hunger and thirst. You might just be thirsty and can be satisfied by drinking water. Water has no calories. You can never get wrong with it. Consider whether you are really hungry or just thirsty. While we enjoy our foods and we can eat them anytime, we should also consider eating fruits and vegetables as part of cleansing diet. It gives you fiber that sweeps away toxins and harmful elements in your body. Aside from that, you prevent certain diseases in the future. Slow down when you eat. Your metabolism determines when are full, so when you eat fast, you ingest food fast and eat more and more before your body says you are already full. You may also want to avoid salty foods and starchy snacks, as well as food high and rich in sugar. Eating these kinds of foods make you want to eat more and drink more. So it disrupts proper metabolism. You may also want to binge some donuts or a piece of cake at the start or at the end of the day. Enjoy those opportunities of eating such luxuries. Successful people do not feel guilty of eating desserts and these foods as part of their leisure. You can eat these foods in moderation, but not completely eradicate them. You reward yourself with some of the best choices of food, and you get the best results at the same time. Understand and know yourself better. Make sure you take good care of yourself. Do not deprive yourself of some special events in life when you have to eat at least more than what you usually eat. Enjoy the pleasure of undergoing a diet regimen. Be more positive and do not feel guilty. Before you start on any weight loss program or diet plan, measure where you started so you can identify the progress along the way. Being able to see improvements in body shape, as well as weight, can be a useful extra boost if weight loss slows. In most cases, losing weight is largely a mental or emotional issue. Most dieters know what to eat and what to avoid in when eating. They know they need to take physical exercise. It's the emotional side of dieting they have difficulty with. Know what you really want and know what you need. If you want to lose weight and keep it off forever, be realistic in your weight loss goals. Don't waste time setting yourself unrealistic weight reduction targets, because you are guaranteed to fail and feel worse. Beware of fad diets and weight loss drugs. If you have already spent failures in previous diets plan you encountered, do not make it worse by believing that drugs would help you have faster weight loss. Stick to your plan and think positive. Again, we should remember that food is our friend. It gives us energy, keeps us healthy and makes us happy. We should just have to know how to use them and proper planning and consuming it. When you visualize being slim, you get the clear view of how you look. It is easier to lose weight when you have the visualization of how you will look when you get the results. Your mind is powerful. Do not underestimate it. It is always how you think. When you think positively, you get positive results at the same time. The last thing you should remember is to understand your weight. It does not mean eating less. It means choosing food and choosing the right time to eat food. Do not be in a hurry. Some people fail because they rush into things and they end up quitting. How exercise helps. Although we emphasized here on this ebook that we can achieve losing weight without to do with exercise, we wanted to also inform of the benefits of exercise and how it can help in our way to diet success. Although exercise does not directly give significant effect on us right away, it still boosts better mood and better general wellness. When you have better mood, weight loss becomes easy. Exercise should go hand in hand with enough sleep. To be able to achieve better effects on weight loss, you may consider sleeping and exercise as part of your plan. Here are more reasons why exercise is essential. It promotes better sleep. When you sleep better, you do not confuse yourself with hunger and fatigue. You may have better judgment when you get good sleep. It slightly raises your metabolism. You know how important proper metabolism of food is. You may consider starting to exercise. Exercise boosts motivation. When you stay active, your mind becomes active and you are happier. When you have a positive thinking, you are less likely to lose motivation. Regular physical exercise is considered as an important part of losing and maintaining weight. It prevents several known diseases such as heart problems and cholesterol. It brings your condition to an optimum level of wellness. In at least 30 minutes of physical can really boost your health and you maintain the weight you desired. Whether you are at home, doing little chores is all right. When you walk the street, you are already doing a physical activity. You do not have to overdo it. Keeping just enough motion is already a big help to your body. Optimism during the stage of dieting is as important as the details it requires you to do. It is somewhat a driver for you to be able to maintain the energy to continue. That is why this compilation puts emphasis on having fun and enjoying what you do or what you eat. You always get positive results when you think positive. Just imagine if you think negative about this diet, you will eventually fail, though it is already assumed that you get the results you desired. What you think, your body follows, and you have to be careful in thinking negative as it reflects to how you do your work. Get into the habits of eating delicious food and dieting becomes easier. Conclusion. We always wanted to look good and to feel good. When we go up and become an adult, we get more conscious on how we look like. We try different types of dieting methods. We follow fads and trends here and there. We compete with our friends and colleagues and even to ourselves just to get the right body we wanted. We see everything on TV, we hear the news about how people lose weight, and we encounter these products to lose weights. Most of them do not really work. While everyone still struggles on the process of dieting, this ebook has already given the basic secrets to successful dieting. Some people may already have started, but for those are still on the verge of deciding whether to try it out, be confident that you will get better results. It is recommended that you not only eat good food, but you enjoy them at the same time.